Well, here we are again. Another week. Done in the books. Coming back at you live, meeting two from beautiful Smith Lake, Alabama. You live over there, Dustin?
Oh, yeah. Episode 6.
Oh,
here we go.
Already to 6.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good deal. Tonight we got somebody else special. We done got 2 guests in a row.
Yeah.
So, you want to tell everybody who we got? You've known him longer than I have.
Yeah, I think I've pretty much known him his whole life. Tonight we got Wade Vincent with us. He's a local outdoorsman and also a custom bait maker. He owns Rock Creek Baits. Anthony's been knowing him about 4 years through squirrel hunting and other outdoor stuff.
Well, we've turkey hunted together once.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
I think it was over to Pawpaw's or something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Or no, we went turkey hunting. We were squirrel hunting you Pawpaw's
Squirrel
place.
hunting
Yeah, you don't
Pawpaw's,
let nobody hunt Pawpaw's, but
Well, you can.
I don't want to get shot.
Won't be by me.
I don't want that other poacher sneaking in to shoot me.
Oh, well.
No. There's plenty of turkeys go around.
Oh, plenty.
definitely ain't worth getting shot over.
I'd just assume leave the woods if that was the case.
Well, you heard about the guy in Florida getting shot?
Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't.
They got the guy come up and saw he spread of decoys. I read a couple of stories and he shot at the decoy, said he thought it was a turkey. Anyway, he hit the guy. I mean, they said if it had been TSS, it probably killed him. I think somebody said they were shooting longbeard number 5s. Now, I could have 2 stories crisscross. I've read a lot of stories here lately, but I thought he was shot with copper-plated number 5s.
It didn't look real good.
I'm sure it messed him up.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's not talk about sad things like that. Not when it's so close to the glorious day happening here in Alabama.
For y'all.
For me, for him, for Dustin and myself.
I got to wait till April.
April 4th.
April 4th.
You realize I'm probably not 10 miles from the line in Walker County.
Yeah.
Just across the Coleman County line. It just works out just perfect.
Yep.
But they've been strutting and gobbling, and that's it's killing me. And they're doing it. You know, you sent me a video or 2, so you've been seeing it happen.
I've heard a few and seen them, 4 or 5 of them.
Well, regardless, happy days for at least 2 of us.
Yeah.
And soon to come happy days.
They burn off over there in the forest.
Oh.
And that's
going to be
good.
That's going to be great.
Real great.
I heard somebody talking about it. May have been on a podcast that they'll walk across that burnt ground. When it's hot, they'll burn their feet walking in there to go eat that
Get
fresh
them
stuff, fresh bugs and
Well,
stuff.
if I see fresh burnt ground, I'm going there first. You know, there's nothing there to cover you up because it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get on the edge of those burns and just sit there catching the bugs coming out of it.
Well, I wish they'd burn our place off down there, but I got another probably 5, maybe 10 years. Some pines ain't, but they're 8 years old right now. So
And you was right. It's right by where we seen the guy sitting on the side of the road.
Is that where that was?
You know what? Yards back this side of there.
The guy that was sitting in the tree when we drove by?
Yeah. He was sitting like 50 yards off the road.
He had to be an out-of-towner.
And all his hunter's orange.
And his hunter's orange, but he surely he was from out of state or something.
He needed to go about 200 more yards in there.
I'd have went a quarter mile on in there.
Well, if he go a quarter of a mile, he wouldn't never got out.
Well, off a bluff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'd go to the bluff and sit then.
Trust me, I've turkey hunted it. Died twice. But there's a road around that. I have learned that.
I think I know where you go into that road at.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Road.
Yeah, Dipping Vat.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna drive me around over there. You know, I'm a newbie up in that part of the world.
You go on past where you go to Black Pond, and it's your next main gravel road to your right.
Right. Yeah, I thought that's where you'd be talking.
But if you don't go in there first, you won't get a spot because it's.
I went to catch a deer dog in there one time and buried a F-150 and no cell service, Nobody came by. It was a long night waiting.
That's probably before they graded the road, put rock down and all that, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if y'all don't know who or where we're talking about the Bankhead National Forest
Oh, yeah. On the B side.
on the B side. That's right. Hey, you laugh. Do you know what? I had a cousin killed a turkey over there in the B side of the management area.
There is turkeys over there.
Yeah. I don't hunt it, though.
The B side's,
Is it the better side?
I hear it's easier to hunt.
You and I was real close.
The walking
to there.
seemed better when I walked around. He showed me that field. He actually killed one that come up in the field.
Yeah.
He heard it gobbling as he was going in.
I like to hunt in pockets. There's not that many acres where
Yeah.
there's 100 here and you have to go
But
in
that's
one
not.
spot.
You're talking about forest land, not management
Yeah,
area.
yeah. Everything I hunt's forest land.
Forest, and
yeah.
it should be.
Yeah.
That little area where my dog come up missing that night. Remember me and you
Yep,
turkey hunting
yep,
it?
yep.
That's a walk in there, but there's
turkeys.
good sign
Yeah.
in there.
That high hump right there we walked around, they get up there, gobblers get up there, and they'll just sit up there and strut. And there's no way to them. They'll sit up there 2 or 3 hours. You just have to hope they come down this way.
They can see everything from that vantage point.
Yeah.
I don't guess I've ever seen that place.
No.
Yeah, y'all keep
see,
me out of there.
He was close to it where we squirrel
You think
hunted
you
at.
got friends, but you really don't.
We'll just have to go over there and ride around one day.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah. Before turkey season.
And before the leaves get out, where I know where I'm at.
And make Anthony leave his phone at home.
I wouldn't say, but the good spots.
We could go buy water to a spot. I don't know how far it is from here, though. Pretty good ways.
We used to do a bunch
From
of
here,
that.
I know it's a good ways. I mean, I drove all the way up in the boat to
You said you've been up in the
278.
raw,
I
right?
turned around under the bridge right up there.
It's way back.
No,
no.
I'm talking about all the way back up by past Looney's up in there.
Oh,
I've been all the way up there to 278 in my boat. That's 40 miles one way.
that's where you need to be.
Oh yeah, but that's an hour and a half in the dark in that boat. I died trying to go.
Leave at 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll be there. I'll drop you a biscuit off the bridge.
I believe I could drive it faster than I can get
You
up
could.
there in the boat.
You probably could.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take
Hour
my
and a half
kayak
by
with me and
boat.
I'll drop in right there. And
All you got to do is put in at the bridge there now, and you can be there in 5 minutes.
Oh, they got a launch pad. Oh yeah, right there
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to put a very big boat in there, but
It gets shallow back up in there.
yeah.
Shouldn't have sold my tracker.
We need a little flat bottom. We can just
Yeah.
Tell the motor that
I had a little tracker boat. I sold it to my brother.
We
He
can ram it
begged
up
me
on the
and begged
bank.
me. Sold it to him for $2,500.
because some of them birds over there you can't really you can get to them by land, but they're hard. You know what I mean? So you need
Yeah.
to stay up there by water.
Well, I had a friend. He used to live right over here. He leased some Alabama Power land. He could only get to it by boat.
Yeah.
He would leave his house in the morning. He was a big turkey hunter. He don't live up here. He moved back to Blount County. Used to be my accountant, and he palmed me off on another guy. Well, anyway, what's new, Finger? Tell us something, Dustin.
Hey, safety third.
It's safety third. Yeah, somebody had a little accident this week. I got this strange phone call on my way home from work Friday. I think I was driving. I know I was.
It was painful and depressing on my end as well.
I'm on my way to the emergency room. I thought he was joking. You know, like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Apparently not. No.
No, that's what happens when you play with pry bars and coil springs. Or struts, I should say.
The wrong time of year
The
for that.
most stressful part of it is he didn't think he's going to be able to shoot that gun because it was his trigger hand.
Yeah.
Wasn't the trigger finger, but it was very close to it.
Well, and that's
So-
to be determined. I'm going to make it happen somewhere or the other.
I would get out there and shoot that gun at least one time before I got in the woods. I told you I'd shoot proxy for you, but he won't let me do that. I mean, he could call the bird up. I'd say, you want me to shoot? Tell me when to pull the trigger.
What if I said, hey, I want you to give it another year?
Well, I'd have to check it in myself then.
He's gobbling.
He's gobbling. He's got a beard.
Full fan.
I'll say if I'm proxy shooting, he has to check them in. But if he don't want to shoot it, I'll check it in. I don't care. Got 4 of them here in Alabama.
Sometimes I can't see a full fan. I'm kind of blind in one eye.
Well, I have in the past.
Well,
I had one come in, no kidding, gobbled on the limb, gobbled like a man, flew down, gobbled, drummed. I couldn't see him, come down that ridge. As soon as that head come up over that little hump, that's all I needed to see. I laid him down. When I went over there, he had that little old 4-inch beard and Jake fan.
Well, we actually got to watch Jake breed some hens last year in Nebraska.
He was a man, apparently. Either somebody had done killed all the big boys out of there, which was a possibility. We was kind of late. But, yeah, he had my whole harem. And I know people don't want to talk bad about it, but I wanted to try it, You watched him. I run back to the truck and got that fan I made, and I stuck on a stick, stuck it up in the air, and waved it around. And he'd look over there, but he had all he wanted right there. Yeah. He wasn't going to come over there and get in the fight. Now, he might have fought if one had went to him, but
we thought his hens may want to come check old Big Tom out.
If he'd have had his buddies with him, he might have.
He may have,
Because if they get 4 or 5 together, they'll.
Yeah, they become thugs. Yeah. They ready to fight.
Well, the one safe thing about that is there was nobody going to get into there where we were at. I mean, we passed all the public access. And we were so far back in there. I felt safe doing it there.
Knowing what I know, they do a lot of that up there.
Yeah.
In South Dakota, they carried that half a turkey's what I called it.
Yeah.
You hunted with the same guy.
Flexstone or something?
Yeah, it's got a handle and it's his breast and head and fan, and they just walk around with it.
They would doctor them up and put real fans.
I'm not so sure how smart a turkey is if you got a turkey 4 foot off the ground, because he wasn't down there squatted down. He's walking around like up chest high.
Well, my guide was like 6'10", carrying that thing around, so I know they had to see plenty of legs.
Was y'all talking about the ones y'all was up north and all they did was fan turkeys? Was that y'all talking about it?
Yeah. Well, now. We called. I mean, he didn't try to fan this one up. When the one I killed that day, we just stand there talking. We'd both yelped a little bit, and we standing there talking about. He was showing me that 2 miles was going to go across this big old hill where Dustin was supposed to be with him. Somehow I got swapped off, and Dustin went to a blind somewhere to sit down where the turkeys was coming back to. But anyway, so he's showing me like 2 miles where we're going to go over here. We don't hear nothing. About 3 miles down that ridge. We was going to make about a 7-8 mile loop, 4 o'clock to dark. So when we started off that hill, though, we'd yelped a little bit. And he's pointing all that out, and all of a sudden, and we both looked at each other, and he said, "You reckon he gobbled us?" I said, "I don't give a damn who he gobbled at. He's just back over there about 150, 200 yards. We jumped another fence, all on this cattle pasture, so it wasn't like we was crossing property lines.
That you knew of.
Run up on a big old rock. That's all we had cover with. And it's a monster rock. I'll show you that video. You can't tell it's a rock by it. It just looks like you're against a wall of dirt. But yeah, we called. I mean, he didn't kind of ease out there and try to stick that turkey decoy fanning thing out. He stayed and did his thing. We called him up and killed him. But
they definitely didn't get out of the truck without one of them in their hand.
No, that was. I wasn't sure if they thought we was kind of idiots not having one, but I'm not going to run around down here in these woods with one of them. Down here, by God, these southern boys.
They say a fan, they're like,
oh yeah. Well, that's why we can't. They outlawed fanning here, right? I mean, didn't they kill a guy a couple of years ago? Get killed doing it?
I think so.
I think it was. Now, if it's legal, I don't. Do whatever's legal.
Right.
I'm not one of them. We got so many divisive hunters now that dog each other out. Me and Dustin run that Alabama Turkey Hunters page, and we got over 17,000 members, and there's always somebody that wants to be a smart aleck. And sometimes they're doing it just to stir the pot. You'll see, these TSS hunters, they only shoot TSS because, they can't call a turkey. Just to stir it up.
Mm-hmm.
But
TSS is ethical.
You don't have to step on their neck.
That's right.
Rarely.
From 10 to 50.
I do it out of habit sometimes when I run down there, but you ain't even got to run.
I didn't have to last year at 20 yards.
He probably didn't have a head left. Probably cut it in half.
He didn't move. He flopped his wings once, and that was it. I'm like, I sat there.
Well, the first year me and Dustin went to Florida, I come home, got home I guess Saturday evening.
Yeah, we got home Saturday.
Sunday morning, I text my brother. He's hunting out at my daddy's house and see if he'd done any good. He said no, but he's going to go home. I said, well, I'm going to come on down there. I know when them turkeys are coming through. Of course, after I said that, he wouldn't leave. So we said, anyway, he was sitting there when I got there. So we just set up side by side. And he's supposed to shoot the left turkey. I was supposed to shoot the right. If they come in, there'd have been two of them traveling together. Sure enough, they come in. He shot the right turkey. And the left turkey took off like a helicopter. I mean, went straight up. He was probably 15. He went maybe about 20 feet in the air. I shot him. He was stone cold dead. That turkey never flopped when he hit the ground. My brother said, what are you shooting? And he ordered him a box. His was over there flopping. He had to go over there and step on his neck. I just went over there and was looking at my spurs and beard on that one. But I think I don't see anything
if
wrong
it's
with
legal,
TSS.
use it.
If it's legal, use it. So,
Once again, buy what you want, use what you want.
you know, the state does a lot of things I don't agree with. I don't like this pushing the season out, but I'll abide by those rules. I think the stupidest thing they do is no decoys for 10 days. But I don't use decoys that much anyhow.
I don't want to tell
If you hunt the woods, you don't need them. More if you're in the big fields, open areas, I see where they're handy. I've
those
lost more
burn
turkeys.
burn areas, yep.
I've lost more turkeys than I've killed with decoys.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
see them and go
Me
the other
too.
way, or lock up and wait on them to come to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not.
Or they come in behind you and whoop your decoys.
Yeah, or some jakes have been whooping up on some toms, and you 3 toms just turn and leave when they see the jake.
Well, I wouldn't even carry that Jake. I lost two good turkeys. I had my youngest son. He was just a little kid that back then, but we set up. I knew where they was. Put that 2 hens and a jake decoy out there. They come around the corner where I could see him. I could have shot him, but Caleb couldn't see him. And as soon as they turned the corner where they could see that jake, they was gone.
How many of y'all seen a bird cross a creek?
I've seen them pitch across the Elk River when I used to hunt up in there, and that's pretty big, but I've never seen them. I just actually saw one, Team Wingbone, those guys from Louisiana. They were showing where one swim across a body of water when they was fishing. I've never seen one swim.
I just wonder if that turkey somehow mislanded in that water and had to get over there.
Still pretty cool, though. I've never
Well,
seen
I mean,
one in
yeah,
the
they
water.
swimming with their wings, pushing it. You know,
Well, last year, that bird that I got, he
waded across the creek.
he pitched over that creek. Like, I was where I could see him
Well,
across the
you
creek.
told him something he really wanted to hear.
Well, I mean, I got to the creek so I could shoot across that creek.
Yeah.
Because that's where he was. And, he come straight up that hill right over in my lap. I'm like, that's the first time for me.
I've seen them across the creek and tried to call them, but I've never had one come. A big creek.
I stopped calling to him, and it made him mad, I think, because he'd gobble, just did anything, after I quit calling to him. And he knew where I was at.
I like it when they're hot like that.
Ain't nothing better.
One thing on their mind.
I was 400 or 500 yards from him when I first heard him. So I closed the distance and got to that creek. I was like, if I cross the creek, I got to find a place to cross it first, then he'll see me.
Well, since you hunt a lot of public ground and forest area and stuff, I mean, do you walk and try to strike a bird, or do you sometimes have a place you're going to go of a morning and set up? Or
Well, at the beginning of the season, I go from what I've seen either preseason or from last year, and I go get on a high spot and I listen early as possible. And if I hear one in that area, if I have to get in the truck and go around to them, I will. But there's 2 or 3 areas that I try to go listen to first. And then as the season goes on, I hear birds. I know where they're at. I know which way they're going. Then I'll just go in early, set up on them. And then most of the time it's the other way around.
It's easier to kill them when you're where they want to be.
Yeah.
If you're there.
I don't just jump off in there at the beginning of the season because I don't want to spook them if I can help it,
Yeah, they're going to get plenty of pressure over there already.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's another thing. You only got to 1 o'clock now. You got to get out. I don't agree with that either.
I love the evening times because I could go
Well, you get off work and have time to get over there. Whatever.
Well,
Of course, now you're working for yourself. You're like a barber. I know what you're going to do this year.
I'm going to try every morning. That Thursday it opens up. You know where I'll be. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Happy days.
We're going to start texting the living crap out of it.
Yeah.
We'll wait till about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Hey, you seeing anything? What are you doing?
You don't have to. He'll be sending pictures.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I just like to hunt during the week now where, your weekenders, they let them have it,
Boy, them weekenders are upset with our zone because it's coming in on a Monday this year,
Thursday for us.
Yes.
But what a lot of people don't, and I'm sure y'all remember, you're old enough. I know I'm older than y'all, but up until 5 years ago, whatever day of the week the 15th come in on, that's when turkey season started. Well, I've been hearing belly aching. I can't believe they're bringing it in on a Monday. I have to work. What about that boy that works on Saturday?
Yeah.
Finally he's going to get a break.
Yeah.
It'll help the guys on swing shift.
Yeah, well, but that guy that works 7 to 3:30, he can't get off work and run to the forest now and hunt.
Nope.
I mean, it's always been that well management areas. I know that, but
And not every weekend's pretty enough to hunt.
No.
I mean,
That's what happened with squirrel season this year.
Oh, man.
Every weekend.
every weekend, rainy, windy, something was going on. We didn't hunt a tenth as much as we did the year before.
No.
And my little old dog, he's doing good. Well, of course, Maggie's always, she's, she barks. There's a squirrel, but
yeah.
Bougie, she come back from Clifton's place and she's ready.
Yeah, I put all my time in making baits.
Yeah, you need to tell us.
7 days a week through the winter.
Well,
That's
let's
what we got to get into. We got to get into.
I know it's turkey season. We're going to talk a little turkey, but
Yeah.
we brought you on because it's also crappie fishing time, and
Yeah.
And we definitely want to know how you got started. Like what
tell
made
us
you want to tie baits?
When I met you, you wasn't doing no baits.
He did prior to that,
You worked a
though.
regular job, so I didn't know him prior to that.
Yeah.
Well, in 2015, I first got me a little starter box with a vise and all the little tools and stuff to tie with, and I started tying for myself because I couldn't find the colors that I liked. Or if you
You
did,
saying tying jigs?
tying crappie jigs.
Crappie jigs.
This is in 2000. Trentley wasn't born yet.
At the time, you was living in Fayette, and y'all had access to a lot of good crappie areas.
Yes.
You was
Well,
crappie
no, it
fishing.
was actually before that.
Okay, before
And
that.
then I moved to Fayette, and I was really tying for myself and people there, to give them a few or whatever. And then I decided to take a break, working a full-time job. It was hard, kid,
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to do it when I can. Well, I decided last year, I got me a website up and going in the summer. And ever since then, it's just fell into place. I've got 5 stores now, 2 in Gunnersville, 2 in Coleman, 1 in Addison.
Is that enough? You looking for more?
I'm looking for more.
So there you are, people. Will you ship out of state? You don't?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you shipping?
The lower 48, I've not shipped into Canada or nothing like that yet. Don't know what, shipping is. But lower 48, I've shipped all the way to California.
Did I see where some of your jigs was brought in some, like a tournament guy? I mean, or somebody, I thought somebody was fishing tournaments with yours. Maybe not, man.
No, I've got some guys that do tournament stuff, but they're just now really getting in it. Their tournament season hadn't really started. The one guy in South Carolina. Now, he's caught a lot of fish on them.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
That's probably
about.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't. I'm looking for more stores, looking for people that fish to send me videos. And in return, pass them some jigs. So many a month,
Yeah. Yeah.
But the website's doing good. The 5 stores, they're picking up once people get to know they're in their vans. Mary Carter's, Gina's at Addison, Waterfront in Gunnersville, and GTO in Gunnersville.
You talk to them down at Mark's or anything in Birmingham, or it's hard to get into?
I've talked to Woods and Water.
Yeah.
Haven't heard back from them. I talked to Shelton's in Moulton. They're booked up. They got plenty of stuff.
What about Pat's over in Jasper?
Jasper, I have not talked to them. I need to make a trip to Jasper.
Maybe do Jasper and Tuscaloosa all in one day.
Yep. So that ain't 45 minutes apart. But I generally go on one day a week on Mondays, and every 2 weeks and go check all my stores. And then if they need something in between, I'll whenever I get it and take it up there. But I try to go 1 day a week.
And if you want to see Wade tie some of these jigs that he's making, he's on TikTok.
He's a TikToker live a lot. I got on there the other night where me and Dustin we was laid up in the motel room in Kentucky.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram, I don't post a lot on Instagram, but TikTok's where I'm at most every afternoon.
And you've got a TikTok shop now, right?
I've got a TikTok shop, yeah.
I didn't even know they had TikTok shops.
Yeah.
It's not as many products on there as there is my website, but I'm still learning it.
So what all do you make now?
Hand-tied crappie jigs, any kind of panfish would pretty much eat them. I make crappie plastics.
So you're doing plastics, you're doing your own
Yep.
injection?
Yep. And
Holy moly.
Got bladed jigs. I got, I come up with a new bait, the Power Walker. It's like a power drop shot is what it is, like a Tokyo rig. It comes with the weights on it and a glass bead. I've got bucktail jigs. I got underspins, swim bait heads.
Anything for
bluegill
crappie, panfish.
Yeah.
You're not into the big bass lures yet, or
I'm working that way. I got the bladed jigs. I'm working that way now. I need to get some more molds, and I want to eventually start shooting plastics for bass. So it's coming.
Well, get good at it because I'm gonna miss my Canada trip this year because them boys are going the 18th of May. The snow will still be on the ground up there, and
Wow.
we might not even be done turkey hunting yet. I don't know. We may end up
probably won't.
north somewhere. I mean, we'll be gone until the what?
7th or 8th of May.
I thought we hunted 6th, 7th, and 8th.
It might be the 6th, 7th, 8th.
Anyway, I mean, I can't. I work a job too.
Yeah.
Much as I hate it.
Yeah.
But I can't just. That's what I told them. I said I'm gonna be gone for nearly a week. The week before y'all are leaving, I just can't turn around and go up there. But them big spinners and there's all kinds. I mean, we're catching walleye and let's see,
White perch.
Yellow perch. Yellow perch up there. And them things are mean, boy. They're ferocious for their size.
Yeah.
And pike, big old pike. I mean, I'm talking 40-inch pike, big ones. They'll destroy a bait.
I do offer custom colors, so if you would want a custom color, you could get on one of my social media or get on my website. My contact stuff's there for custom, but I do ask a minimum of 3 dozen if it's something that I've not already
making already.
Yeah. But most colors I could.
But they can get on your website and just look to see what you got.
Oh, yeah.
And order from it too. I guess what's the website?
rockcreekbaits.com.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Yep. And I prefer dealing with a website as I had TikTok shop because all their fees and stuff on there is ridiculous.
I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a risk they might be shutting TikTok down. I keep hearing on.
Well, that's what I'm worried about because I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great for what I'm doing. It
gets you out there.
A lot of viewers. Mm-hmm. So, but I've come up with. They got a new platform called Clapper.
I've heard something about that. I've never been on it.
I'm considering and starting a page there to maybe get my viewers up.
Is it like TikTok?
Yeah, it's like an American version of TikTok, but not near as good as TikTok from what I've read and looked at. But if TikTok goes somewhere, then it's gonna hurt a lot of small businesses.
Damn Chinese! If they wouldn't spy on us, TikTok be fine. Or they say if they spying on me, they're hurting. That's all I can tell.
It's about money.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see any of our national secrets on TikTok. I'm watching.
If they tracking me, they tracking me from the house to work.
Yeah.
And back to the house. I mean, I don't even like to go to Walmart, so
Yeah, y'all can give me a follow on TikTok. It's Rock Great Baits on TikTok. I'm live most every night, starting around 6 or 6:30 Central Time.
And you'll even talk turkey. You talked it with me. You was over there making baits. I guess just tying baits or I don't know what all you. I
was making baits. I might have had a turkey call in my mouth before the night was up. Who knows?
I don't know. I went to sleep. I had somebody put their what's that thing you wear?
My CPAP.
The CPAP mask on and
It's gone.
turn the lamp off. And I knew it was time to
Yeah.
settle on in.
But yeah, I enjoy it.
Well, you made me some. I mean,
Yeah.
one day over there, I just mentioned that big eye jig head stuff. And
Red, blue, and white.
red,
Was
blue,
that
and
what it
white.
was?
And I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
the crappie up here like it.
Another one they like is that orange, white, and chartreuse.
Well, I'll have to
Red, white, and chartreuse.
I'll have to try me some of them.
This one.
Oh, I'm glad you brought a pack.
And I've started painting eyes on the ball heads now because I wasn't doing that at the beginning. So I've had a lot of
You
requests.
think you think that people really think that makes a difference?
Well, I can take this same jig without the white eye on it and not catch 2 or 3 less.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does make a difference, I think.
It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
That realism, just that little detail.
And I can put a white eye, red eye, black eye. I even put a blue eye on some customs the other day. But in the water column, it's going to be a black color anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it just looks good to the human eye.
Well, what I like about your bait company and what you kind of stand on is if I fished a crappie jig back in the early 90s that I can't find anywhere,
Yep.
I can contact you
Yep.
and tell you, hey, I want it to look like this. I want these colors. I want this weight. And I've got that produced real quick. I mean, and we're hitting the water. So, and of course, I'd a whole lot rather give you my money than Bass Pro Shop or
Yeah,
Walmart
and
or Zoom.
some Chinese bait company.
Well, I'm not knocking them other big box store companies, but their quality is not. It's just not there.
Well,
You catch 2 or 3 jigs on one of these or one of theirs, and you could catch 25 or 30 because I have a guy that's on number 20
on the same jig.
And
I can't keep them out of the
hung
tops.
up and done broke off by then.
Well, I told him, I was
I
like-
can't make 20 casts.
I told him, I said, well, man, you ain't fishing right. You ain't in the brush. Where they at? He said, well, yeah, I use a live scope. So I'm
There it
There you go.
is.
Yes.
I've had a live scope for 2 years sitting in a box downstairs. I ain't got it on the
if you
boat
ain't
yet.
scoping, you hoping is what they say.
I love that live scope.
I think
I don't even know how to turn
I
one
think one
on.
of these days them tournaments is going to make them turn them off.
You're,
I mean, it's happening with game cameras at hunting right
Yeah.
now. They slowly getting.
if you took the scope away from not all, but the younger generation, I don't know that they could compete with the older generation beating the bank. I just don't think they could.
No,
There's some that
you had to
can.
know that lake and the topography of the lake.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
Now you just shoot it. And, there
read,
they are.
They read that lake from their boat seat.
Yeah.
All their maps. They don't have to get on Google Earth or whatever that is they used to use. They
I'll be honest with you though, coming back at a bass tournament at 1 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
it is nice following your navigation back.
Oh, yeah.
on that
I'm not
same
saying
line.
navigation.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know,
I'm
but
telling the TV screen showing you your bait dangling in front of them. And
Yeah.
you're seeing that fish break and come up there to hit it.
you get the first 2 or 3 of the hot ones in that scoop, and if you don't get another bite within 5 or 10 minutes, move on.
I was standing right down there on that dock right outside the window here one morning, and I caught, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 crappie.
I'll trade you a hunt for some crappie fishing.
Well, come on. Come on. You come up here any day you want to come up here. The boat's sitting right there. I'll trade all the crappie in this lake for a doggone turkey.
I just want to get some videos of my baits.
Right now, the problem with the crappie coming in, I got all kinds of treetops down there. I've put Christmas trees forever, but them stripe are coming in here at night on that light, and I think it's running them off.
They will.
So when the water warms up a little bit more, them stripe will head back out, and the crappie fishing gets a little better.
It's probably 58 degrees. I don't know. Give or
Right
take.
now, 58 already.
Yeah.
They ought to be spawning then, wouldn't they?
About 63.
Well, you're the fish man.
I mean, you got to have pretty weather for an extended period of time. 1 or 2 days is not. It may be 63 degrees, but if a cold front's coming in like last week,
But see, they won't spawn down here. It's too deep. They'll come up in here. Well,
they'll get up on that bank if there's anything for them to lay on.
well, there's a little bit of,
But they'll probably go up the slough a little bit more before they. But they transition from there to spawn.
Yeah.
They should
Yeah.
be right here near your boat dock, and then spawn,
well, I'm afraid I probably,
and then they'll come back after spawn.
that light I thought would help me crappie fishing, but I think it's hurt me bringing them stripe on in here because there's 1,000 blueback out there last night, or 10,000, I don't know, swimming around that thing.
The crappie right now, they're on the move. They're not sitting. You got to chase them if you got a live scope.
I got one, but it's in the box. But that's what I was going to tell you. I was fishing. A boy come rolling up. I want to say it was one of the big tournaments. He's practice fishing.
Yeah.
And he said, "You catching anything?" I said, "Well, I was catching pretty good until the sun come right up over the hill right back over here." I said, "It's like they turned off." And he said, "I don't know why. There's 25 or 30 right there where you're throwing." And I kind of looked at him. He said, "There's another bunch." He pointed back to another. He said, "There's another dozen or two right up in there." And I said, "You got to have a live scope." He said, "Oh, yeah, that's the only way to fish."
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing, shooting this whole shoreline. And he got down there. He was throwing a bait big as what I was catching there, it looked like to me. But he caught a big old bass. And he held it up. And he said, "Working for me again." I don't know how he did in the tournament. But
if you got 18 pounds on Smith Lake, you'll be in the top 4 or 5 anyway.
It's a hard lake to fish if you don't know it. It's a hard lake to bass fish for sure. And I know some places, I don't bass fish. I don't care for bass fishing. I like to crappie fish. I like to catfish. I like to bluegill fish.
Where do you catch bluegill?
I can catch. There's about 300 beds right over here. When the water's down, on that other
point over
here,
yeah.
When
That's
the water's
a clay
down,
bank over there.
it's clean.
Yeah,
Is it clay though?
It's clay.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see all the beds.
Yeah.
And then right on the other side back in there, there's some more. Then I can carry you on the other side and show you where there's some more.
Yeah.
See, you have to come up here some. I don't have no. My hunting partner, well, of course, Dustin's my hunting partner now, but he was my fishing partner too. I can't get him out of that track hoe or whatever the hell it is you drive.
When he ain't turkey hunting, he got to be working.
He's got to be working. Mama don't even like turkey season, I don't think, too much. She just has to put up with it.
2 or 3 months of turkey hunting, and got to make up for the.
What'd you tell me? You was going over your schedule last night with somebody, and what'd she ask you?
She said, "When are you planning on working?" I was on the phone with David. He called to check on me. David.
Elkin?
Yeah.
He called you?
Yeah.
He'll never call me. David, don't be calling him, not call me. I thought we was friends.
Hey, I'm thankful for all the people who's checked on me.
You know what it is? I was ragging him about that not having but one
signature call.
Well, we was giving it to him that day. I was texting him. I know he was at work, and I was just we was smoking him. Oh, Roger's got 2. You ain't got but 1. Well, we found one of yours, but it was laying underneath the display. It's all dirty.
How can a man get one of them turkey calls that y'all are been promoting?
Legacy?
Legacy?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you can go to Legacy Premium Game Calls.
Yep.
Because I used last 2 years I've been using ones I got from Mississippi.
I know which one you're talking about. I can't think of the name of them.
And that's the one I used last year, and they've done pretty good. But I'm all about something.
I'm gonna tell you, Legacy Williams, good guy. He bills every call. He is he bills every call. They may go in there and put some box calls together and stuff like that, but he's on it. Everything.
He turns his own strikers.
He turns his own strikers, his own pots for everything. If he sells it, he bills it.
Well, I nearly got into getting me a wood lathe and start doing that right before I got back into the crappie baits. I was within an inch.
There's a lot of call makers out there.
Well, I was just wanting to do it
I'll
for
tell you
fun,
another good one. Nick Wilson, his calls right now.
Wilson Custom Calls.
Wilson Custom Calls. He's got a ghost cut that I'm in love with. It's in my truck. I blow it every morning going to work. Well, I blow my Legacy calls too, but it's going to be probably the first one out of my pocket.
I wish I could remember that.
And right now, every one that he sells, all those proceeds are going to a benefit.
15th or April 15th, somewhere in there, or is it the month of March?
I think it's the month of March.
Month of March, everything he sells, they're giving to a charity for a girl that I forgot. It's a long disease name. It's like Alex said, pediatric ALS. But they're raising money. I just bought a call on one of their. Can't wait. Matter of fact, the old boy that made the call, he texted me the other day and said it's on its way. So he put it in the mail to me.
I watched their live auction the other evening. It was pretty good.
Well, here's the problem. They need to wait. They're going to have to wait a little bit later in the day. They're on Eastern time. You know, I don't leave work till 4:30. The auction was over before I even got home. So,
Yeah.
I mean, to get some of these Central Time people, they're right next door. And they're growing. I mean, they got a following over here. I know they do. They just had them boys from Hope Hull on their last week or so podcast. The boy that placed like 10th or 11th in the Nationals this year. First year he called in the adult or whatever they call it division. But, yeah, give him a look. Matter of fact, he sent me a couple of extra ghost calls or ghost cuts. I'll get one of them out and give it to you.
And they're going to be doing another auction live next week.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, get over there and check it out and help them out.
It's on Alex. Is Alex doing it on his page?
Yeah, it's Alex DeBoard. He's on Facebook. You can get to him through Talk About It Outdoors.
Talk About It Outdoors.
But that is a great benefit that they're doing, and it's for a great cause. So make sure you get over there and support them on that.
And they're good. They're good guys.
Yeah,
They help you. Honest to God, if you were just down in the dumps, they'll tell you, call me. Just call me.
Well, they
just
call.
talk to you.
We're in that group text, and they all got on there the other day checking on
When
me.
they found out you'd smashed that finger nearly off, basically did. There ain't no bone in it no more. But yeah, they were all over it. I guess they've been keeping up, checking on you. They're just good guys.
Yeah, Alex called me yesterday. We stayed on the phone about an hour checking up on me after my doctor's appointment. So, real good guys.
There he is. He done took David away from me. Now he's got Alex talking for hours at a time. I don't know what to think. I just don't.
My
Cody,
phone. Hey,
you're my only hope over there.
We've been texting this week.
Even Nick don't even call me, and I'm a turkey hunter.
Nick's like,
He's moved up in the world.
yeah, I don't get to talk to Nick much, but I do
But
talk
he's going to, he's
Cody.
He even branching out on his own and he's doing a podcast. I heard him on this last one of theirs. He's going somewhere like Houndstooth or somebody.
Yeah, didn't he say it's his first
interview?
Yeah.
Hell, all he had to do was say interview me. We'd have put him on the phone. Mm-hmm. I mean, all 12 of our listeners and 3 of them sitting here. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. But
Well, I've been telling everybody about the podcast.
no, it's growing. I don't know all the analytic stuff. I mean, I can log in and like Apple, I can look how many people's listened to it, hit it to listen to, downloaded it, and following us, and it's growing every week.
Well, I've been doing Spotify.
Right, we're on Spotify.
I've been listening to it on there. I already had it downloaded on my phone, and it just happened to work out that way.
Well, we're trying to get a little better with our social medias. We've been putting a few more reels and stuff up.
And you can testify to that because that's why you're doing your TikTok and your Facebook stuff. You do any Facebook Live stuff too, or is it just TikTok?
No, just TikTok, but I should because I don't have on my Rock Creek Baits Facebook. I don't have a big audience, but I got over 2,000 on TikTok.
I understand, but a lot of us old people, we don't TikTok, we Facebook.
Yeah, I need to do.
I'm right on that curve, Instagram. I've got an Instagram. I just don't quite understand Instagram. I don't know why every time I want to say something, I got to have a picture with it.
Yeah.
Well, now I've had.
And you're a Snapchatter.
I got that, but I don't. I post pictures of fishing baits. But
Yeah. Well, in Instagram, you can do that. You can pop a picture of this new bait you just tied up or painted up and do a description of it, and then the hashtag all your other social medias.
Yeah.
What is that? Boy, I wish y'all could see this.
Is that a bluegill kind of color?
Yeah.
Holy. You need to call that the War Eagle bait. It's got a little orange and blue in it.
You got a UV light weed?
No.
What do you call it?
Does it glow?
Gill Magic.
Gill Magic.
Yeah, it glows. The orange glows. You can go to my Facebook and see. You can go to my website and you can see and look under Gill Magic. It shows it under the UV light.
What kind of skirt is that?
That's a rubber skirting off of a tab of bass bait tab.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I haven't seen that on no crappie
I ain't got a
baits.
pocket.
I just tied it yesterday.
So this the first
No.
batch you've ever done?
Oh no, I done sold 50 bags.
Oh wow, 50 bags.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hot little item.
That's
there.
going to be hot.
I mean, that's just got a different
You know,
look.
I'm willing to beta test anything you need beta tested out here.
There's 2 sizes right there.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a little bit better when it's a little tad windy.
What about the Tide?
What about the Tide? You got a Tide one? Well, you got Auburn and Alabama
I don't
going.
talk about Auburn.
If they make you money, you say War Eagle.
Right. There's just a few.
Is that red and white one pretty popular?
I never fished it.
Is it brand new too?
Brand new.
Oh,
Check out the Irish.
oh man, that would have been a great St. Patrick's Day.
I tied that one a couple of days ago. I've not all these colors on my website. The only one I got new is the Gill Magic. But I like.
Is it on there now?
It's on there now. But I like to test
People,
baits.
y'all go there and look. This is a cool looking bait.
Yeah, Gill Magic.
I've never
is
seen
there.
nothing look. I've never seen anything look like that. Look at. He's got this one with a green head and a white body and orange, feathery. I guess that's feather.
You want to see the juice? Where the juice is at?
Holy cow! I ate dinner with a girl had hair that color last night. That's kind of purplish, isn't it?
That is gray.
Is that gray?
That is gray.
Oh well, in this light, what does that look like to you? It look purple.
You may have to take it out of the bag. It may look purple.
No, it's fine. I mean, listen, I have to wear my glasses now to tie my shoes.
Hey,
It's a good looking bait.
clear water.
Oh, that'd be beautiful, perfect up here at Smith Lake.
That's all you need.
You say that to get them, huh? I'll spend all my money before you leave tonight. There comes another. Look,
I like my eyes on
No,
that.
I love the big. You know where I got onto these things at? Was in Canada.
Really?
They had their brass or gold.
Yeah.
Their gold color, and got the eye on them. And that's all he sells for his jigs.
I'm going to get
Man,
into
you talk about a
tungsten
walleye bait.
for them northern fishermen, but you can't cast tungsten at 3,000 something degrees. So I'm going to get them tungsten beads, and they got hook slots in them, and I'm just going to tie up to them.
If you, I can put you in probably with Tom Watson up there. He if you can make them for him, and ship them to him, he's liable to buy them. I'll put you in contact with him.
Does he want tungsten?
No, that wasn't
Lead?
tungsten. There's lead. You can
Okay.
pour them. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking.
yeah.
You pouring these?
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you could probably make them and ship them cheaper than he's buying them from one of them big time manufacturers up there.
I set him 1,000 at a time if he wants them.
That's what he buys them by. I mean, he has. So listen, when you're up there, you're a captive audience. If you don't bring it and you want it, you got to buy it
Yeah.
in his store.
Yeah.
And he's got all the different baits and the little old curly tail grubs and stuff. And I'll tell you one I like that I can't find. It's mustard color curly tail. You can't find mustard.
Send me a picture.
I'll give you a bait. I'll dig one out of my tackle box and give it to you
Well,
one day.
I've got a 2-inch the stinger tail.
I've went.
But I don't have a grub or curly tail mold.
It's about that long. And let me tell you, them walleye love it.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you, but I've looked at Vans and Marks, Academy, all just trying to find. I can find chartreuse left and right, but you
Back
can't
to what
find
we was
that.
talking about earlier, you can't find the colors that you want.
And this
Even
was
in hand
this was an
ties.
old color.
Yeah.
But, see, it's good to have somebody on the inside. What is that? There's another one, people.
Bladed jig, custom paint job there that you can't go buy that paint in the store nowhere.
Uh-oh, I turned my microphone so if it squeaks. And what is this? What do you catch with this? Bass?
Mm-hmm.
So you are getting into the bass lure.
Put you a trailer on that hook and just rip it across the foot underwater or on the bottom, whichever.
This
you
right here,
Rock Creek bladed jig.
with an orange and chartreuse and white, you tear up some pike with it, smaller pike.
These glow too, by the way.
Did you look at that? He's passing them around.
There's a green and white
Green and white, and they glow.
with under a UV light,
Oh,
black
okay.
light.
Now, you do that. Can fish see UV? I mean, is that what it's
Well,
for?
no, I
or
mean-
make it easier for you to see your
Like
bait
it-
when you're fishing?
Like if you're fishing at night.
And you got your UV light in the boat?
Yeah.
So when you're tying your knots and checking all, okay.
And I don't know if them lights that you got on your boat dock down there is fluorescent or not, or you know, I don't know, but
I've got mine's a green monster. It's basically a street light that's green.
yeah, it ain't gonna.
No, it ain't gonna.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've got, you see those? They turn colors down there that's around the top of it.
That's a newer color, but I haven't named it yet. But I like that purple.
Oh yeah, I like that.
When it comes to putting stuff on the website, it takes more time than I got.
Well, and you want to come up with a name. You don't want to change the name. You don't want to pick something wrong and go, dadgum, I should have called it.
I try to drop something once a month.
The Purple People Eater, and I called it the Anteater or something.
Well, if there's somebody on there that's not selling well, I'll take it off and then add another one because I don't want to get 200 different colors on the website. I'm trying to stay under the 30 to 40 range just to be easy.
So you watch your sales and see what's popular, and that's the ones you keep. And when one drops off, you go, well, let me invent this one and see how it does.
Yeah. I take the ones that don't sell, and I end up selling them on live because I go live on Friday nights on TikTok.
I mean, you get a lot of sales while you're live like that?
What day was it? Last week I had one I got on live and did over $200.
Really?
And then some.
And how long's that? An hour or two? Couple hours?
Under an hour.
Under an hour.
Because I was by myself. Now, if you got other people joins you that comes in and sells with you or whatever, auction stuff off, it goes.
Wait a minute. It's kind of like you can have a group.
Yeah, you can
TikTok
get 4 or 5 people in a box, and then what I'll do is I'll be hosting, and I'll put them in the big box when it's their time to hold up a bait.
And so they make baits.
And they make
so it's
baits.
A bunch of baits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I couldn't get old Nick Wilson to come TikTok in with you and sell turkey calls while y'all are selling baits.
Yes.
Oh, he could.
Yes.
Oh well.
Yes.
Hey. Man, the gears of my mind are turning right now. The wheels are going.
On the wheel.
I don't
y'all
like
hear that
having more than
squeak?
3 or 4 in there because it takes time.
Well, it takes time away from you too.
Well, you have to. I run 2 items per person, then go to the next person. But if you got 5 or 6 in there,
It takes a while.
it takes a while. And I got in on one on the other guys, and they was 6 people in there, and I got to make 2 sales off of it. And I was in there 3 hours.
Oh, yeah,
that's
not
tough. Yeah.
So I try to keep it down to 3 or 4.
Man, I'm not into. I didn't know all this went on
Yeah.
TikTok.
And you can get them baits on TikTok
I had somebody read my palm one time
Cheaper.
on TikTok.
than you could on my website. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah, okay.
I make it a special deal once a week where, say it's $10 on the website,
Yeah.
you can get it for 8 free shipping. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to get new product out there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go throw the juice to them.
Yeah.
But new product, colors that's not been technically caught fish on or whatever.
He took that juice way away from me. Did you
Did I?
see that? No, it's over here.
Oh, I got more here. Y'all can.
No, well, that's it right there, isn't it? The orange and
Them two's the juice.
yeah, the orange juice and the grape juice.
I like that little color there.
Oh
But
yeah,
there is so many different colors that you can come up with. You know,
well, I mean, you showed me more colors tonight than I normally would
Anthony's
see.
going to ask what that is.
Well, I mean, what do? You gonna put you a skirted something on it? You just fish it like that?
Put you a plastic on there.
A worm. Let it'll keep it up off the.
Oh,
So it's
you know,
floating
I've
up
got
here.
some of these weighted pieces that I bump bottom with up there in Canada. Bumps the rocks and keeps the weight up for the walleye to hit.
You can buy those, but the ones you buy now, consider the Tokyo rig from like Bass Pro, they don't come with the weights.
So
And
is this lead or is that tungsten?
Yeah, that's lead. I
Okay.
painted the lead. All my lead comes painted and cured and baked in the oven. Chip resistant.
So you got bait here.
And you offer those in 3 sizes?
3, I got different lengths, 2
Lengths.
inch, 4 inch.
I
and
wish
6
we had
inch.
video where y'all could see this. All I'm gonna tell you is it on your website to see, or
Not that's not. It's coming because I'm still
Are you TikTok live in it yet or not?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you can probably get on TikTok and say, hey, let me see that thing.
Or you can message me directly on either any platform, and I could be glad to send you.
Show me that you heard on Meeting 2.
Yeah.
He was talking about that Tokyo-looking rig thing.
Yep, I call it the Power Walker, Rock Creek Power Walker.
I'll be dog. I like that.
And then you said you offering some different lengths and the hook sizes.
2/0, 3/0, 4/0, and I will put a 5/0.
What do you put on the
there.
other end of that barrel swivel?
That's where your line tie goes.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I started out trying
Here I live on the lake asking
making
stupid
them
questions
where you
like
could
that.
change your weights out, but if you bend that at the bottom down there,
Yeah.
if you bend it,
Starts
it'll break.
break.
So, and I was going to put the pinch on sinkers on there, and I feel like that wouldn't work out, So
I think you're
That's
getting
pretty
some
cool.
sound, some sound.
Yeah,
out of these
yeah.
too.
The two weights and then it hitting too.
He's got the
yeah.
glass bead
got the
between
bead
it.
between it.
yeah, glass
Yeah.
bead, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that popping them rocks. Here, people, listen.
So if you wanted a half ounce weight, that'd be 2 1/4 ounce bullet weights on there with a glass bead in between them. So if you want,
You
they're-
come a long way now. You've been doing this full time. How long?
like, what is this, March? End of February, middle of February.
You just started that. Mm-hmm. So you got that busy that fast that you said, I don't need a full time job no more. I can
Well,
do this.
I was busy in January where I was working at home till 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning and then going to work every day. And it was,
Killing you. Yeah.
yeah, I would try to
Listen,
work through it Saturday and
Y'all are
Sunday,
younger than me because since y'all grew up together, basically. You said you've known him since.
Oh, yeah.
Since he was a little bitty.
Yeah.
So y'all the same age.
No.
You're younger?
Yeah, I'm younger.
God, I'm
How old are
I'm
you,
still
Wade?
I'll be 39 in April.
39.
I'm 43.
You the same age as that bunch in Georgia. I got over there last year and I felt like Paw. There's all young boys dancing, drinking, all them little old young girls. Here this old man is sitting in the corner with his Ultra. Yeah,
Got to have fun somewhere.
I've done it all. I can just listen to them and I can tell if they're lying or not. I've done been there. But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize you'd only been full time.
I've got 10 different products, not colors, but 10 different products as of right now. That's counting the 2 different.
And how long you been in these stores? That's pretty new.
I got in the one in Addison at Gina's. I got in there in 2023, right before summer started, 23. I got in Mary Carter's, Vans.
You need to get in some Gunnersville ones.
I do. I'm in 2 of them.
Oh,
January, end of January, 1st of February. And then a week later, I picked up 2 in Gunnersville, GTO and Waterfront.
I need to put you in contact with my buddy Mike Carter. He's a guide. He guides on Gunnersville, Weiss, some other lake. I think it's in Georgia. They big crappie fishing right now. Look him up, Mike Carter.
Okay.
And he's always he's always looking for sponsors, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he does thump gel and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I got a couple pro staff guys outdoors with Tiny. He's in
Yeah.
Kentucky. Then I got one in South Carolina, Drake Sorrow. I send them baits a few a month for content, and it's working. Like,
Yeah,
it's getting
I can
out
see
there
it.
more and
Well, I
more.
mean, when I went up there, Mike invited me to come fish. Well, we met through deer hunting. I used to hunt with him down in Barber County when I drive way off down there to hunt, but he wasn't in that. Heck, I didn't even know he fished back then, but he's, like I said, he's a big time guide up at Gunnersville now, big, especially bass fishing. But he, not this February of 23, and he told me this year, I just didn't have time. He said, if you'll just come up and buy the gas, we'll go fish. And man, we went up there, other side of Stevenson, somewhere up in that part of Gunnersville.
Mud Creek,
We didn't.
South Salty, North Salty.
That Mud
we
Creek's
didn't-
awesome for brown fish.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't fish half a day. I mean, we loaded the boat with crappie.
Yeah. Lake Martin's good too, down in South and Alexander City area.
Oh, well, I've been down that way stripe fishing. But
You can go load the boat. You can go catch a 2-man limit in a half a day easy
really?
right now. wanting to go.
Have you got fish buying any of these baits from you?
Yeah, a few. Yeah,
Who?
he's got a lot from me.
Chad Alexander.
Yeah,
he's from where we're from.
He's, me and him's been.
Y'all got to remember, me
collabing.
and the rest of the world don't know who the heck y'all are talking about.
We've been collabing. We got a trip planned soon. Hit the lake.
He's got a crappie guide service on Smith.
Oh, does he? Oh, I've seen him advertising, and I'm sure.
I carried him a bunch of baits the other day, and he's been taking them with him.
I wish somebody tell me the secret how to catch them under these lights. I hope you got a secret bait over there that I can throw out there because I can't make them bite. I can't even make them bite alive. Minna.
Scoping? If you ain't scoping.
No, I can look at them. I can see them.
If you can see them, you can't catch them. Close your eyes.
I ain't driving up on them. I know to stay out there in the dark. I'll throw as hard as I can to get that little ultralight line up into that light and let that.
You ever fish with a road runner? The little blades under the bottom, like a little horse head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're the juice.
Okay. Well,
Especially in muddy water.
Only have I fished that little plastic monkey milk thing.
Bobby Garland.
Yeah.
You ain't fished mine.
I didn't know you had them. I didn't know you. Listen, I didn't even know you was doing injection mold until he said something the other day.
I shot 200 baits last night, and every one of them sold.
Well,
what's your most popular color?
Monkey milk.
Monkey milk.
And
well, I'm glad to know at least I picked a popular color.
And for clear water, and I've got that pink highlight and that pink pearl that's pretty solid.
You doing anything like watermelon with some chartreuse in it like we used to fish all the time?
I've got one, but it's real light, real translucent. It's not really that dark. It's got blue flake in it.
Okay.
And you can catch bluegill, you can catch whatever you want to on it.
I want a good trolling striper bait. That's all I want.
I've got it.
Well, then we gonna talk once this podcast is over.
It's a hair jig.
I don't care as long as I can.
It's a half
you know what
ounce.
I fish? You know what I catch all mine on right now is a hyper striper. You know what I'm talking about? Horse head with the spinner on it.
That's what I was talking about earlier, but I can make them in a 30-second. The tag for crappie. Muddy water.
Oh, yeah, if crappie, that'd be great. I'm talking about stripe. I need.
You need like a half ounce or a 1 ounce. Yeah. But I can fix you up.
Oh, you're my man because it's hard to find. I had a guy in Texas that was making me the hyper stripers.
Well, Gina bought a bunch from me to put in her store over there just for them stripe people that come and visit her in her store. And she didn't buy that many of them, but I
need to go over there and buy them out so she'll go buy a bunch more from you.
I mean, you can. There ain't probably 6 or 8 bags there, but buy them out. Well, send her some more.
Yeah, see? Now, I listened to, I think it was a Mike Rowe podcast the other day. He was talking about the guy that started, actually, I didn't know this, but we didn't have toothpicks in the United States in the 1800s. People just whittled their own, I guess. But this guy saw them in some country he was in, and he thought it'd be something great. Everybody would buy toothpicks. So he built a factory and done make millions of them before he even tried to sell them. Nobody buy them. They laughed at him. Said, nobody buy them. You can make your own. So he went and got he was at a pub or coffee shop or something. He had a bunch of Harvard or Yale. He was up in that area, students. And he paid them to go in all these stores that he had tried to sell those toothpicks to. And ask for them and raise Cain and fuss and throw fits. And then he would make a trip back through a week or so later and go, hey, I'm just going to check with you. Yeah. Matter of fact, I've had some people asking about them. And he would send them back in when they stocked them and then have them buy them all. He did that 3 or 4 times. He bought his own stock back 4 or 5 times until the demand got so high that they got so popular. Everybody was, I come in here to get them. I heard about them. Well, they're gone.
I tell you something else. You can just be riding in the water and you see all these bobbers in the trees. That's what I want to get in, making bobbers, because they lose them left and right.
I use porcupine quills.
Well,
I'll show you a secret on them too. I don't use my porcupine quills are like a slip bobber.
If you're scoping, you ain't got to have them.
Oh my God! What is if you're not scoping?
You're hoping.
You're hoping. Well, I hope a whole lot.
And the bad thing is you've got it.
I've got it.
Well, you need to use it.
I can't get it. I just don't have the time. I need to put a fuel line on that boat down there right now, and I ain't done that. I bet you there's 14 firmware updates come out since she bought me that. She bought me that thing. This year will be 3 years ago.
You might as well get you a new one.
It is new. I mean, they probably have new technology in it now.
Oh, they got them now, where they got them hanging out the side of their boat, off the back, off the front.
I've got a you know, that's a center console down there. I'm going to use it as drop fish.
Yeah.
And you can't put it on the trolling motor because it's like the Riptide thing. You know, it's the GPS runs around. So
you got a pole you can put them on.
I've got a pole I'm gonna mount right on the side of right by where my wheel is, where I can turn it and hopefully find those school of stripes. What I'm wanting to do. I mean, I can find them with a regular fish finder, but
you might find them with crappie too.
Well, that's what I want to do. I can take that. That boat's pretty shallow draft on it, so
I ain't scared to get up in there with them. What about some catfishing with some limb lining?
It's getting time.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I need to take you. I need to take you up to Little River. I need to take you too, and take you catfish. You never catfish like I catfish.
Sounds fun.
Hey, this is a catawba worms, porcupine slip quill, and wading the little warrior. And I guarantee you, we can load 2 48-quart coolers. There's people. I used to go up there after school, a little old bridge in Blount County, and there'd be 2 or 3 people swimming or whatever they're doing right in there, and I'd take off up through there. Probably didn't go a couple set of shoals. I'd already have 12 or 15 catfish.
Yeah.
Sounds
And I'd come back, and there's some little boy looked at his daddy, and he said, "Why can't we catch them like that?" And I don't know anybody does it that way. Just me and my brothers, my dad, my granddaddy used to do it that way. He would fly fish with a porcupine quill and cast over and catching, you know, brim and stuff like that, crappie.
I just like to fish. I don't care what bites my hook.
I don't either. I'm going to take my old man. Me and my brother's going to carry him back down to Destin. He'll be 82. His birthday. We carried him for his 80th birthday, and he said he retired. The last time, that's what he told me. We got off the boat. We carried him out for 10 hours. It was too long. He looked at us. He said, "Boys, y'all fished with me my last deep sea trip." He went his whole life. I mean, he'd leave us at home. Him and my uncle. And when I hunt his farm over here, they'd go down there and lay drunk, I guess, the whole weekend and fish. And you hear some of their stories. But so he told us he was done, never going back again. Got over there the other day, and my brother done told me, Dad's talking about he's wanting to go fishing again. And we was talking. He's wanting to go to Canada, but I just don't think he can do that no more, especially when it's cold. I don't even want to go up there when it's cold. I'd carry him up there in July. But anyway, he said, "I'm going to get my old," he's got this little old Oldsmobile station wagon thing. He calls it his cream puff. He said, "I'm going to get old cream puff ready, and I'm going Destin as soon as it warms up good." I said, "Why are you going down there?" He said, "I'm going deep sea fishing again." I said, "Well, you told me you retired. You wasn't going back. We'd have had another trip if I'd known that." "I believe I can do it one more time." So I chartered my boat with my captain I used down there, and we're going to carry him to 23rd of June. It'll be snapper season, hopefully. But here's the deal, though. Since his wild drunk running days, he's now a deacon in the church and living at the foot of the cross, and he don't fish on Sundays. I don't know if you've ever heard people do that. Some of them, I mean, he just, guess what the 23rd is? It's a Sunday.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, "We going, but it's on a Sunday. It's the only day I could get." "Oh, I don't know." I said, "You go talk to Brother Pat. That's his preacher." And I said, "If you need to go to church Wednesday and twice that next Sunday," that was a water and ice maker. Yeah. If y'all heard that, that was water and ice maker. We are in my kitchen studio. We're still in the temporary studio. My buddy broke his finger off, so I don't know when we'll get to work on that thing. It'll be after turkey season anyway.
Exactly. I'll be here.
Or after we limit out, one of the two. If we limit out, then we're going to be hunting a lot out of state. So just think about it. If you kill 4 turkeys real quick, then we got 2 in Tennessee, 2 in Kentucky, 1 in Oklahoma, and then the world's open to us again. We may be calling crazy over in Texas, Hollinsworth, Hayden.
How long does their season last?
I don't know.
I thought theirs was early. Maybe
Texas?
Maybe it ain't.
I don't know.
Which I know, like, we can go further north.
Oh, we'll
Michigan and places like that.
we may make some calls. We can go to Canada if we have to.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got invited. I got to invite my buddy owns a place called Stack Racker. They're not in the United States, but they make deer licks and deer hunting stuff. And he might sell your lure. He might sell fishing lures. I need to talk to him. But he invited to come up there and kill a turkey. I said, didn't even know there's turkeys in Canada till last year when I was fishing and got to talking to people.
Easterns up there or what?
Yeah, it's Easterns. As far as I know, it's Easterns.
Yeah.
We got was it Minnesota? We know somebody in Minnesota. So we got some places we could make a call or two, maybe go. I'd like to hunt, and then take 2 or 3 weeks off and get the fever.
Go back.
And then in June, run up to Maine or New York or somewhere like that and go, yeah, boy, that'd be.
And that may be a possibility.
No, you got to work. I may get to go. Laura won't let you do that. I can tell you right now. I'll have a talk with her.
If that truck's going toward Turkey Woods, I'll be in there. Don't worry.
I don't need that truck of yours. You got a diesel. That thing. My God, we drove from your house all the way nearly back, all the way to Kentucky up through the Tennessee mountains, and we took some back roads to get to Cadiz, Kentucky.
We were still half full when we got
I
back.
know. I don't know.
Well, we're going to.
He's showing us some pictures. Where is that at?
That's South Carolina.
Is that your buddy's using?
Yeah, he fished this evening. Great.
I love crappie.
Me
They ain't
too.
no better eating fish.
That's my favorite.
It's the best freshwater fish there is. People say snapper's the best. I like scamp myself.
They say walleye's good.
Oh, let me tell you.
That's better than crappie.
Walleye from Canada. When I first started going up there 20 years ago, we drank straight out of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
The water, there wasn't no filters. It was just a pump. And we had it in the cabin. And then the Canadian government made everybody start boiling water. And we had a water purifier you pump through stuff. But most of the time we'd boil water. And it was tea. It's all tea colored. Takes a little while to get used to drinking it. But it tastes good. But up until then, I didn't know if that was me or you. Anyway, I don't know. What else can you tell us about baits? You got anything else we've missed or?
Y'all just keep a lookout. There's going to be new products dropping every month. It may not be different products, but new colors. I am going to get into flipping jigs and soft plastics more for bass. So I wish I was already there, but mold is not cheap, so y'all can check me out, Rock Creek Baits.
Whoa. And that's rockcreekbaits.com.
.com.
Put the baits on there for sure.
Yep, rockcreekbaits.com is my website. And Rock Creek Baits is Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. So, and if you got custom requests, send me a message.
Now, you can definitely make it up. I mean, I wasn't a custom bait you made for me, I don't reckon, but I sure didn't know you did the big eye stuff.
Yeah.
I call it big eye. I don't know what y'all call it, but that's what I call it.
Yeah, they look, I UV the heads, over the eyes so they don't fall out, But yeah, I offer painted heads on the ball heads now, so the eyeballs.
Well, they're great looking baits, and I mean, we've got to look at a bunch of different ones, and Anthony will probably be broke right after this podcast, but
I see it right now.
But Wade, we
I may
appreciate
just
it.
grab them and run.
Wade, we appreciate you taking your time out because I know you could be tying jigs or,
I'm
or
thankful for the
jigs.
invites. Yep, I've been doing it all day. So.
Well, like I said, we know it's turkey season, but it's also crappie season.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God for the crappie. It gets some of them turkey hunters out of the woods and in their boat. That's what I like.
I like finding them crappie fishermen that don't turkey hunt, and I go fishing with them.
There you go.
And listen for birds, and they won't even think nothing about it.
I like it.
No, but we're growing. We're going to add more stuff. It just takes time, especially this time of year when it's crappie season. And,
When it's just you.
and it's just me. Yep,
So.
it's just me. It is just me.
How many baits you think you make a month or a week? Maybe a week, in a week's time.
I've been averaging, just on average, 300 crappie baits a day. As far as hand ties. I mean, that's all day, though, now. I mean, that's 10, 12 hours, you know. I can do 600 to 800, maybe 1,000 of the plastics.
Well,
if I get...
You ain't got your grandma making anything, do you? We got a friend that he put his grandma in a sweatshop making up stuff for him to sell.
Angela helped me every once in a while print off labels, and, you know, she helps keep track of the financial side of it a little bit. But as far as the actual making, I'm the only one.
I was trying to. I'm listening to you. I was trying to look up that stuff because I wanted to talk about that charity thing. To talk about it, boys are doing. You got it all up there. So anyway, I was just trying to see what happens when you throw your phone down. People, everybody can hear it. I've run out of brown water, but so you're gonna make baits in the night. Get up early, turkey hunt.
I'll probably quit making baits about dark 30, so I can transition over to once April 4th gets here. There won't be time but for turkey hunting and making baits. No fishing yet. No.
Fishing's over. That's what everybody tell me. Boy, you need to be stripe fishing
until
March.
May.
Best time to be stripe. I said March, April. I said I'm sorry, hunting turkeys
until May, and I'll get back on them again. But like you said, they transition from boat docks up to the flats and the shallows, and then they'll be transitioning after spawn back to boat docks and then to deeper water. You can catch crappie year round if you're scoping.
Oh yeah, no, they're always around. Yeah. I used to have some friends at Gunnersville. They caught them year round when we only would fish for them in March.
Yeah, summertime's
they just deep. They just somewhere else on some structure.
Yeah, wintertime, summertime, they a little tougher because
just get the name and all of who she is. That the whole thing. That's what I was looking for, not just the auction thing.
I like shooting docks.
Yeah, you don't even know if you have to stop at a dock. You can just kind of scan it over there.
Yeah. You can check
with a scope. You can just I'm going on to the next thing. So.
And all the stuff that I used to fish is dwindled away. You know, it's floated off, or you know.
I mean, you go. You got your own boat. You just take off.
No,
not yet.
Not yet. It's coming though.
It's coming.
It's coming though.
So you do need a boat to get you up in those turkey hunting places.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna have to find I've got a 12-foot boat. How far of a ride is it with a trolling motor?
Oh,
too far.
Yeah, you'd be that.
I don't have a gas powered motor to go on it, but I got a nice 12-foot aluminum.
It's
slide in. It's real shallow drafting boat.
It's probably
It probably wouldn't even leak enough water to get us wet, but I'm gonna get up in there.
15-20 minute with the trolling motor.
Oh. Yeah.
Need some of them die hard.
I need me a 9.9 to put on there is what I need. I'll have to start looking. It's hard to find places turkey hunt. I ain't got many places now.
And we can go by truck. It's just
quicker, easier.
Yeah. Way off the hill down there.
So what you're saying, you got to put your mountain climbing gear on if you go in by road.
And the places I'm talking about by water it is, because if the bird's on the water, you got to cross 4 or 5 hollers.
Oh.
You could drive down there, but don't get caught. Back when we dog hunted, we could drive in there, but there's one spot you'd bury up.
Well, I mean, if the road don't have a gate on it, you can go in there, can't you?
It's got a mountain in front of it.
Oh, if it's got a mound.
Yeah, they've put those dirt mounds.
What about them electric bicycles? Can you ride them in?
You know, I don't know about that.
See, me and my cousin, we debated getting miniature donkeys one time.
I don't think you can even ride a horse or a donkey on it.
Only in the horse riding area.
It's not a. Is it a? It's a national forest, right?
Yes.
It's not a wilderness. Is it wilderness area?
Not where I'm talking about. It ain't.
Because I know wilderness area, you can't do nothing but walk in. Period. I just listened to that Clay Newcomb 3-parter. I don't know if you ever listened to Bear Meat podcast. If you don't listen to it, it's a dang good podcast.
Well, that's what I do is I sit there and tie and listen to y'all or
listen. You can go back and listen to a lot of his old ones. Clay Newcomb's his name. He's part of Meat Eater stuff now. They always grab up the good guys and suck them in over there at Meat Eater. I look for me and Dustin to be working for Meat Eater any day.
They'll probably call you up after turkey season.
Yeah, they will. They say, hey, what can we pay y'all to come in here? Nah, they all college degreed and you know. But he lives in Arkansas. He's the only Southern guy in. Well, him and his buddy that does that. What's his name? I forgot his name. You know, the one that we listened to tell you the story.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's part of Bear Grease too. But he does a lot of historical stuff. He's done stuff. He just did this on national wilderness areas about the United States invented it. Nobody else cared about the wilderness. And is there really wilderness? You know, because they talk about even the wilderness areas in the East. You can't walk in, you can't cut trees, you can't do anything, but they're getting took over by invasive species.
I watched actually there was a special about that one time I was watching.
Well, it's kind of boring, but it was really interesting too.
Right.
I don't mind listening to boring. I listen to the Turkey Science podcast, and if they hear this, which I'm sure they won't, but yeah, it's two scientists talking. Even their jokes are kind of
scientific.
Well, they're kind of dull.
I got you.
And they're with each other, you know, that kind of thing. So, and they talk pretty slow. It's odd. When they come on, I put them on 1 1/4 speed. Then they talk like normal people. Now, people probably hear me and go, "Well, I need to put you on 1 1/2." So,
they probably speed me up as well.
Well,
but okay, so I'm going to run over this one more time.
Let's talk about that one more time. You're talking about the thing with Talk About It Outdoor Boys or charity.
So Talk About It Outdoors is doing a fundraiser for Miss Mackenzie Clark York, and they're going live Tuesday 5:30 Eastern time because they're out of Georgia, and they're going to be doing 2 to 4 calls and some other special stuff.
So it's going to be a charity auction, a live charity auction.
100% everything goes to Mackenzie, and it's something they've been really working hard to put together and to make it happen. And we definitely want to support them.
Yeah, we're going to support them any way we can.
So if you get a chance, jump over there. It's going to be on Alex's board. It'll be on his personal Facebook, but they'll be doing updates on their Talk About It Outdoors official page and letting everybody know. So keep that in mind. They had a beautiful wing bone and a glass pot call they done this week.
I did. Matter of fact, I got that Osage orange pot call. I won that in their auction.
Yeah,
It's got a glass top. I ain't got it yet. I'll show you a picture of it. But it's got the tail feathers of all 4 subspecies in it. I wanted it. I wanted it bad. I paid for it, but it was a good cause. I'd paid more, to be honest with you. But I'm going to take and put it in my collection.
You won't be able to see the feathers. Cody said he done got it broke in.
That joker. He done said he done sanded that baby off, or you couldn't see nothing.
But guys, if you're going out hunting this weekend with kids, please try to take a kid hunting, introduce them to the sport. Be careful hunting this week.
Yeah.
Hope everybody gets to get out.
Youth season for Alabama, Saturday and Sunday. Disabled veterans is Sunday.
Disabled Alabama disabled people.
Disabled veterans, anybody.
If you're disabled. Yeah. Be Sunday. Monday we'll start big boy season, as we call it, and we want everybody to be safe, and hopefully everybody gets my gobbler, at least gets to hear a few birds or gets to work a few birds.
If you do, come over to Meat and Two's page. Post us a picture of what you got.
Yeah, we'd love, especially youth. I would love to see some kids.
Love to see some kid
birds.
Pictures.
And
I've got a grandson. He ain't quite big enough yet, but he's fixing to be.
I need to have some more kids so I can keep it on.
There you go. I say I ran out of youth a long time ago.
We could foster though.
My little one, she's still a little bit.
I never thought of that. How old's yours?
She'd be 9. She's a little bit squirmy still.
I put her in the blind.
She loves the woods.
Oh yeah.
That kid squirrel hunted with us. She went everywhere we go.
Yep.
But
That's all you got to do. Put your blind out there.
Just leave her in the truck. No, she'd go in a heartbeat.
Well, I've got 2 girls, granddaughters, 2 boys. One boy, he's 8, but he's got a little bit ways to go. Oh, I'm sorry, I got 3 girls. Ooh, I almost forgot. I almost got in trouble. I got Blakeland.
Don't let her forget that.
Blakeland's, I almost forgot. She's 9.
well, he's got a little age on him.
Yeah, y'all got to forget this gray hair.
It don't mean a thing. That's what George Jones said.
I got gray.
My God, George Jones a liar. I'm telling you right now. But,
Once again, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We hope to hear back, maybe get some pictures from folks this week. If we do any good, we'll try to post some stuff going on this week.
Yeah, yes, most definitely, because I'll be out there Monday for sure.
I'll be tying jigs.
No, you won't. You're a liar. I didn't know you brought a liar into the house.
Well, I see Susan don't open up here till April.
That don't mean you won't slip off Blow Jasper down there to the management area.
I might, yeah.
You ain't got a friend in Walker County?
Oh, I got kinfolk in Walker
Well,
County.
We've hunted the management area down there just outside of Walker County a few times off 69. What is the name of
there?
I always forget the name of that management area.
That wasn't Black Warrior.
No.
Oh, shoot.
And it's not Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek's gone. That gummit, we pass it every time. People know what we're talking about, but
gotta be part Mountain Goat. Gotta be Mountain Goat.
Yes, you do need to be part Mountain Goat. But there is some birds there, and we know a lot of people that's successful down there every year. So you don't
y'all get out there and hunt. And if you don't hunt, get out there and listen. And if you hear one and you don't hunt, call me.
Or go to Rock Creek Baits and buy some crappie jigs.
Buy some crappie jigs, but I'd rather hear you call me first with what turkeys you heard,
well,
then call.
We have Onyx. They can drop pins.
Yeah, drop pins to us. Well, anyway, I guess that's it. Get out there and give it all you got. Whatever you do, whether you're crappie fishing, or whether you're hunting, or whether you just bird watching, or
just enjoy the outdoors.
We'll give another shout out real quick to Keith Perkins from Walker County. He's another guy on the team as far as baits go. So
okay.
I don't want to leave nobody out, you know.
Well, we like them Alabama boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to get all the Alabama people in here we can. We're going to have more and more people. People sick of us. All right, I guess we're going to get off, y'all. Give us a good listen. If you got a chance, go give us a review. Give us a 5-star rating. It helps us. We're trying to grow this thing. Tell your friends. If they don't listen to podcasts, load it on their phone and get it going for them. It's addictive. Anyway, I guess we'll talk to you in about a week or so. Good luck out there. We'll see you later.